Hello everyone, and welcome back to Review of the Week. It's going to be essentially a review of the past 4 months now.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it, James?
It has been a damn long time. Mainly because of work and A-levels and so forth and so forth.
Not good.
Anyway,
not good at all.
Moving on. So, what are we going to talk about first, Sally?
The first thing we're going to be talking about is, we've got a few topics. We've got the current shutdown. Well, saying current, it's actually possibly might have finished by the time.
It's basically over.
It's basically over. Trump's big on longest shutdown in history. So we've got that to talk about.
Yeah.
We've also got, what else do we have, James? We've got
Brexit deal, which is
the
absolute
mess of a Brexit deal, which is also a fun topic.
And we've also got and we've also got an impending possible general election.
There's the possibility that in the UK a general election might take place.
Because of the deal.
And also, we're going to have a bit of a chat about some libertarianism, some libertarian ideas as well, because if you have forgotten, we are very much both libertarians.
Apart from Alice is also a socialist, but we'll get to that later.
And James is also a fascist by that logic.
Well, not really, no. Anyway, so, first of all, the government shutdown in the US. I personally think it's a good thing, because federal taxes are not being spent, ergo they're being saved. Because people aren't employed. Therefore, the government's saving money.
But then these are people, this is people and their livestock. They are...
Well, unfortunately, Alistair, that is a very socialist ideal.
It's not really a socialist ideal. These people
Unfortunately, the money has to come first when it comes to government. And if there's no money, then the people won't have a good lifespan anyway.
Yeah, but people who live from 1 month to next month...
Yes.
Are going to be out
by the same logic, then the government should be intervening to stop rising prices. Rising. That's interventionism, and interventionism isn't libertarianism.
By the same logic, that shouldn't happen. What I'm saying is that I think that these people were given jobs to try and work in the government, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were told that it's a secure job. It's like you wouldn't expect to go and work in another job in an office and then suddenly you've got 2 month layoff or a 3 week layoff, not knowing when you're going to go back, despite the fact that you've been working very well. That's just unfair, isn't it?
Well,
would you not say?
Not really. I've got a quote here. So
have you got a quote? What quote is it, James?
Yeah. This is just from a libertarian standpoint. I'm not going to claim it's biased. It's impartial. But it simply says,
go ahead.
Most Americans will not miss non-essential government functions, obviously. A referendum to end government plunder must happen. Wasteful government agencies are fighting for relevance, but they will lose. Now is the time to deliver historic change by cutting them down forever. Now,
is that from the Libertarian website, may I ask just quickly?
Yes. So this is reported by Jane Coaston for Fox News. Obviously, I'm not saying it's quality
Fox News. Okay.
Obviously, it's just an interesting quote, which pretty much sums up my view, because this proves that random government offices and random civil servants who aren't really contributing anything to government. The fact that 700,000 people are employed by the government is absolutely ridiculous. That just proves that the US has got such a huge government. People see the US as and we obviously want a small government, don't we?
But the other thing is, that is kind of what Trump does. Like Obama, they were by the time Obama came in 2009, there were 15 different offices in the White House, and Obama actually cut them down to 11. And Trump with all the things that he's trying to implement, what is that quote? How much that he's actually increased the national debt by, when he was saying he was going to decrease it in a very libertarian fashion? He's just increased it.
Oh, well, I don't know.
But he's increased it by a lot, hasn't he?
Yes.
He claimed to be a libertarian and acted very on an authoritarian manner. Yeah, in some ways, there were 4 libertarian sort of viewpoints, like cutting of taxes and things, but he did them in a very authoritarian manner. Like this whole border thing is very authoritarian. Some would argue it goes against the Fifth Amendment. The Democrats do, which is why the shutdown happened in the first place.
Well, you say that, but it was actually Obama in the first place who set up this scheme of separating kids from their parents. So that doesn't make any sense.
No, Obama started off by actually he deported more people, I think, than like any other president before him, which is really really strange, because all Democrats go around claiming that he's like amazing and we love him, but.
I'm looking at the budget which is from the White House right now, and it's saying that they do want to cut tax and reduce spending and whatnot, and making sure that everyone's richer and the economy's stronger, which is all well and good. But I think it just proves that although Trump isn't a libertarian, he's certainly taken the right steps in order to help better the economy, which he has done.
Well, I mean, the thing Trump always goes on about is the fact that the economy is, I don't like Trump, but the economy is doing very well under him. And I think that's partly because Obama was very good economically, like he managed to take them out of depression that George pushed them in.
Yes, but he also wasted billions over Obamacare, which...
Well, I mean, Obamacare was a good concept, but flawed.
Yes, but it didn't work, did it?
It's flawed. Yeah. It's flawed. It's trying to get people to pay more into a tax system. If they don't pay, then they don't get healthcare or whatever. It's
stupid.
No. I think there should be a national healthcare service. Like,
that's not libertarian at all, Alistair. You can't call yourself.
No, I'm more libertarian in the social sense. Like, I'm libertarian because I think that taxes should be lowered. Like, I do sort of agree there, but I also think that that we should have some industries and like you can't put a price on health.
Really? Okay, so you're a sort of half-hearted libertarian.
So I can't. You could say that I'm a half-hearted libertarian. I mean, I'm more of a social libertarian. You're an economic libertarian, but if you're more libertarian socially, like you're not a big fan of is it Muslims? You're big fan, not Muslims, but like or Islam. Sorry, you're not a big fan of Islam, are you?
Yeah, but I'm not really a big fan of Christianity either.
Are you not? I thought you were a Christian.
What?
I thought you were a Christian. I thought you said at one point you were a Christian.
Yeah, maybe like 5 years ago.
Oh, recently. So sorry, it's just a quick tangent. What do you believe in then?
I don't really believe in anything.
Do you not believe in anything?
No.
Okay, back. Okay, that's fine. I was just going to say. So back to the
The reason I don't like Islam and Christianity is because it's inherently authoritarian.
Both of them are, yeah.
Yeah, and I am strongly against authoritarianism. Yeah, and you've got to cover your women up, and you've got to pray 5 times a day.
And if you're gay, you'll get stoned. Yeah,
so that's just wrong. Like, there's no two ways about it. That's wrong.
I think. Well, I mean, we could do a whole episode on things like halal.
Anyway. So, yes, we are libertarian, and well, you're not really libertarian, but as a libertarian,
I kind of am, aren't I?
As a staunch libertarian myself, I'd say that shutdown's good. It's saving money, and that's that.
But I mean, it's not really saving money though, because
you disagree, which is fair enough.
It has been hypothesised that what the government shutdown, every month there's a government shutdown, it rolls back the GDP by 0.003%. Sorry, 0.3%. Sorry.
Okay.
So what it would be? So think about that. It kind of makes sense. Like it's all trickle down economics. So if the workers aren't employed, then they're not buying things from certain shops and certain stores, and therefore the shops and stores may not get enough money to do this and upgrade that, and therefore it's going to rob out the GDP. So that's actually you could argue that the shutdown's doing worse.
The underlying point is that a government shutdown proves that there's too many people in the government. It proves that the government is too big.
It doesn't prove that there's too many people in the government.
Let me finish quickly.
Sure, okay, finish.
The only reason I say that is people who are employed by the government shouldn't be affected by a shutdown. The fact that so many thousands of people are being affected shows that the government is too large and that we need a smaller government.
Well, it could say that, but I think the more pressing point is that it just shows that the two parties in the White House, they can't seem to get along, there have been, of course, shutdowns before, like Obama's one when he tried to implement Obamacare, when the Republicans didn't agree with it whatsoever, and they're the majority in the House. But just the simple fact that they can't get along so much on one issue shows that. I mean, well, first off, what do you think about Trump's war idea? Do you agree that? Do you think it's against the Fifth Amendment? Do you think it's because that's what the Democrats argue?
I don't really care what the Democrats argue because they're unfortunately wrong on most issues.
Are they now?
This is one of them.
Of course we are.
People voted for Trump because he quite literally said he's going to build a wall. He's now president, and people are stopping him trying to do what he's said he wants to do.
Well, I think the Democrats also. Well, I mean, people also voted for Trump because of the whole issue surrounding like Brett, because he said that he'd vote in pro-choice justice in the Supreme Court, and I think that's a massive. And he said that he's pro-choice, he's pro, he's pro-gun rights.
If you went to a Trump rally, you wouldn't hear, "Oh yes, Brett Kavanaugh." It was going to be, all you hear is, "I'm going to build a fat wall."
That's true. That's true.
Lessons in the pay. That was the main campaign point. Obviously, there was others. Yes, reducing taxes, making America first, putting
also hardworking Americans
he's
an outsider. First. He's an outsider. That's a big thing as well. Exactly. Like he's going to drain the swamp and all that.
Yeah, but the wall was the main sticking point, and that's why he got voted in. And it's pretty disgusting that the Democrats are going against that democratic process, which is quite ironic.
It is democracy, though, isn't it? The fact that you can't just have one person being a tyrant. That is authoritarianism. If you have one person, if you have everything that Trump, let me speak. If you have everything that Trump wants to do gets through, like a political manifesto like we have in the UK, and not voted on. He got voted in, but that doesn't necessarily mean that. Yeah,
so it's the elite. It's the.
Well, actually, he didn't get voted in, did he? Because
he did.
Because I mean, 2.5 million people.
Right. Okay, Alistair, let's think about this. Who's president? Oh, Trump, right? Okay, so we did
2.5 people voted in more for Hillary than they did for Trump.
Okay, let's think about this one more time. Who's president? Oh, Trump, right? Okay, so seeing as he got voted in,
it's the problem with the Electoral College, James.
Alistair, he's president. If we're almost 2 years into this, if you disagree, then you
kind of shouldn't be president, should he? I don't like Hillary, but Hillary got 2.5 million more votes.
And.
What do you mean, and? That's the whole point of democracy. The person who gets the more votes. That's how it should be. The person who gets the more votes. The point in democracy
is if people don't like it, they should be going to the Senate, going to Congress, and saying, we don't like it.
And that's exactly what the Democrats are doing to Trump. Yes. Trump's coming with this wall, and the Democrats saying, we don't like this idea. We think it's unconstitutional. We're not going to agree with your budget.
Yeah, so he shut the government down, which is exactly what I should have done.
But I mean, you just said.
Yeah.
Did you just say, as you like to say, you said that that Trump was voted in, and therefore people shouldn't. Democracy says that what Trump should do should be passed instantly.
Yeah.
Which I think is the complete opposite of what democracy really is.
How?
Because I think democracy is a load of people sitting down in a room, or sitting down in a court and debating, and the Democrats have more seats in the House. That's just how it is right now. The Republicans have more seats in the Senate, so they'll be able to get through the Senate. In fact, some Republicans don't even agree with the wall. Like a lot of Republicans don't agree with the wall.
Yeah, that's true. But the people who voted for Trump do agree with the wall, so they shouldn't be hindered.
I think.
Well, yes, necessarily. That's why they voted for him.
I think there's a special word for it. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like voting for the lesser of two evils. I think some people might throw it. Negative cohesion. That's it. Negative cohesion is when some people vote for a candidate just because not because they like the candidate or like his ideas, but because they prefer the candidate to the candidate. You're
living in cloud lefty cuckoo land. If you go into the middle of America, if you go to Georgia, if you go to Tennessee, if you go to Texas, and you speak to the people who voted for him, they will say they want a damn wall.
And then if you go to places in Florida the East...
but that's not the argument. The argument is there's millions of people who want this wall to be built, and the leftist elite are stopping them. That's why Trump got voted for. That's why Brexit got voted for. Because the leftist elite are finally losing the battle.
People what do you mean the leftist elite?
Yes, it is. That's exactly what it is.
No, I don't think
it's the Democrat... It's the Democrat landed gentry scum who are trying to dictate to people.
That's strong. That's strong.
Oh yes, the Obamacare. Oh, let's look after all the poor people. Let's say in the EU
James,
we can keep our jobs in the European Parliament. You're missing the point, Alistair, that normal, everyday people have voted for Trump and voted for Brexit and voted for the Conservatives because they're sick to death of all this rhetoric, this politically correct trash.
Yeah, no, but that's a straw. That's completely different to what I'm making, which is that the fact that people also voted for the Democrats because they wanted their representative of their governor, okay, and to be democratic in nature, like you said, like people voted for Trump, and therefore these people who voted for these Democrats, these governors, they should be able to have the say that they're given whether or not they want the ball to be passed or not.
But they should have less of a say because Trump is president.
They do have less of a say. They have much less to say. Trump. At the end of the day, if Trump wanted to, he could call a national emergency and then get the wall passed instantly. But we shouldn't do that because that'd be viewed as authoritarianism, and that might lead to libertarians.
No, that's part of the democratic process.
Well, not. Well, I mean, he had to leave it for quite a while. I mean, he couldn't just one day just instantly turn over the majority of the houses, the second most powerful house in America, the second most powerful body in America, just overturn all their rules just because he wants it. That's not democratic at all.
No, you're right. Not just because he wants it, because all the people who voted for him, the hundreds of millions who voted for him, do want it.
Yes, but the hundreds of millions who voted for Democrat governors also want the Democrat governor to say no, we don't want the wall because we think it's unconstitutional.
Yes, but Trump won. He should have the final say.
Yes, and so did someone like Nancy Pelosi, or not, she's in the Senate, but Democrat governors. They've also won.
Yes, but governors aren't presidents, are they? Trump is the president. He's the most powerful person.
But when enough people vote for enough governors that have power enough to stop the president, so when you've got more people voting for first, more people voted for Hillary. Okay, then more people vote for more governors, for Democratic governors, because they want Democrats in there. They want Democrat voices, Democrat rulings in the White House, and they want their views to be put across. So why shouldn't they be able to do their job and say,